Hey guys, what's up? It's Gabe here. Normally I'd be here with other people, but I got the flu and we couldn't record together, so you're just gonna watch me mess around in the kitchen. Woo. First, let's talk about what we're gonna make today. DNA. It's a universal dish operating in all living things, and it's also very versatile. Use some transcription to make some lovely RNA, or even go beyond that and use some translation to make it a protein. My version of DNA is based on one of my favorite dishes, milk steak. If this is making you gag right now, that's good. That means I've set the bar low enough. Now, in order for to make DNA, we're going to need our four bases: cytosine, thymine, adenine, and guanine. The meats are the purines, and the vegetables are the pyrimidines. Now, a normal person will use a chef's knife, but I don't like them because I cut myself with them once. So I like to use something a little better: meat cleavers. Alright, see? A lot of people say, oh, it's a big knife, you're not going to get that much control. Nah, this is so much better. They're all wrong. They're all wrong. See, this is the best knife you'll ever use. Alright, let me show you, okay? Let's give it a go, alright? 3, 2, 1. Ooh, see? I'll make that look really cool with editing. Now, once they're cut into rectangular prisms like this, you only need a few of them. Just hold on to them. And keep the scraps, you're going to need them. Do the same thing with your potatoes as well. Finally, we're moving on to the beef. Season this liberally. It's a really big piece of meat. Don't be afraid to put a bunch of salt and pepper on this thing. We're going to be braising it too, so a little bit of extra stuff. It's not going to hurt it at all. And then we're going to sear it at high heat. Just put it down. Don't touch it. And once it's ready, flip it over. Look at that crust. Good stuff. And now use your meat cleaver, an actual usage. Crush cloves of garlic and chuck them into the pan. Now at this point, you can take the beef off the heat. We're going to put it back soon, but we have to do something real quick. Now, this wouldn't be called milk steak without milk, so add a whole bunch of milk to this. Scrape off the crusty stuff at the bottom. It adds a lot of flavor. Also, you don't want to wash it off later, so this is just me being lazy too. But yeah, add a certain amount of milk. I don't know. I don't measure anything. And then add carrots for sweetness. 2 cups of water, so there's actual enough liquid at the bottom of this pan. Add bay leaf powder and thyme leaves. Stir it all together and make sure it comes to a boil. Because if you put it in the oven before it comes to a boil, this thing's never going to reach the right temperature. Once it's reached a boil, put the beef back. Make sure the top of it's at least uncovered by the milk. And then put the lid slightly ajar on top of it and put it into a 350-degree oven for about 2 or 3 hours. Or whatever. I don't know. Bacon's a lot easier. You just put it in a cold pan, let it cook low and slow, let the fat render out, and magical things will happen to it. Just like this. I see I have a pot of boiling water at the side here. That's for my carrots and potatoes. We'll be boiling them together because the potato starch is going to help thicken a sauce we're going to make for the carrots later. Why does starch make liquids thicker? I don't know. It's a biology thing. It just kind of happens. Magic. So yeah, bacon's pretty much done. You can take it out, put on a paper bowl-lined plate. You want this to be nice and crispy, so the extra grease is gonna have to come off somehow. But keep the extra grease in the pan. We're gonna use that real quick to fry the potatoes on the sides, make them nice and crispy after they've been boiled. Basically, we're just making a poor man's fry here because I don't have a deep fryer. This is pretty much the closest thing I can do right now. Season them at this point because you couldn't do it before, and let the carrots boil for a while. And once they're done, drain them off. Leave a little bit of the water. Like I said, you want to keep some of that starchy water. Flip over the potatoes until they're nice and golden brown. See them nice and crispy. And add a little bit of butter to the carrots. I also added some sugar while you weren't looking. And now, once the butter and the water have boiled down, we've made a nice little glaze for our carrots. Put on your oven mitts, and it's been 3 hours. Take out your beef. And I'm sure it's gonna look just as good as it smells. Like it. I really wish you guys could smell this, but you're gonna have to just look. Oh, that is the stuff of nightmares. Yeah, no. First rule of cooking: edit out all the parts that make you look like an idiot. Next, you're gonna need to chop up some bonds. I'm showing you right now is some covalent bonds. Also, chop up some thin strips of ginger as your hydrogen bonds. Now, there are a million ways to make this look good. This is not one of them. but it holds genetic real information really well, and that's the entire point of DNA. And it's also the only way I'm going to get credit for this project. So follow this if you're doing a high school biology project, I guess. Yeah, remember the four bases always bond in certain orders. Adenine always bonds with thymine. Cytosine always bonds with guanine. And remember, add those little hydrogen bonds right now. And after that, see, I don't really have a condiment squeeze bottle, so I just poked a hole in a water bottle. And add your sugar phosphate backbone, if you will. It's really just toxic soy sauce. But remember, it's held together with your covalent bonds. So add those covalent bonds. And the longer I do this, the more I realize that it looks terrible and was not worth this much effort. Yeah, no. But yeah, whatever. If you squint really hard, it kind of looks like it. And there you have it. Honestly, I probably could have drawn a picture. It probably could have explained the point better, but whatever. This was fun.